So on the channel, audio is always quite a big deal for us. We spent a lot of time trying to get our audio right. At the moment, we've got a boom arm above the desk with a microphone, and it gives us what I consider pretty good audio for the videos that we create here. But the biggest problem I've got is if I'm not talking directly to the camera, so if I look at the screens or I'm looking at the product, I do find that the audio quality drops off quite drastically. So we've been wanting to test some wireless lavaliers to see if they will do a better job than what we're currently using. Now, Comica kindly reached out to us to ask if they'd like to try these 2.4G dual channel wireless mics. So this is the Vimo S and it's just being released as you see this video. Now it comes in either black or white, and it comes in USB-C or Lightning, so that you could use it on a phone if you wanted to, as well as in a PC environment. So tonight we're going to open this up, take a look inside, and we're going to test it against my current audio setup to see if this will do a better job for me than what we're currently using. I'm really hoping it does, because it will give me the freedom to walk around my office, to use the desk, to walk around this desk without the audio drop-off that I'm currently getting. So right, let's get it open. Here we go. So opening the box, some leaflets, have a quick look in here. Warranty card, some stickers if you want to put them on there, and our user manual. Box within a box, it's nicely packaged. So we've got a USB-C to USB-C and audio jack. That'll be if you're using it on a phone. You keep the phone charged with the USB-C whilst listening to the audio through the headphone jack. And then we've got a USB to USB-C. I'm guessing that's to charge it if you're on a PC. Oh look, little dead cat. If you're out and about using it. Silica. And the actual device itself is incredibly compact. Wow. So there it is. It is absolutely tiny. I was expecting it to be much bigger. Alright, so let's open it up. Oh, so you open it up, it instantly turns on, so we've nicely charged as well, which is good. And the lavaliers themselves, they'll charge as soon as you put them into the case, a bit like your earpods. So as soon as you pop it in, you see it turns off and they'll charge. Now the actual lavaliers themselves, you see there's little blue lights on there. Little clip to clip it to your top. And a little button on the side, we'll take a look at that in a second. But a very nice and compact package there. We've got a little button on the side of the case. If we press that, it brings the actual light back on here, which gives us our battery. And then here we have the actual dongle itself. And you can see here we've got, looks like a volume wheel, and then we've got our 2-channel microphones. Now this will plug into a PC or your phone or probably a tablet, and then once you've plugged it in, it will sync up with your actual lavaliers. So let's plug it in, let's give it a go. So this is Future Dave, and as you can see by my stubble, we've been testing this for quite some time. And if you watched our recent videos, you may well have seen this actual lavalier in the past, probably months worth of videos. So for this part of the testing, I'm recording via the lavalier, and we're also recording via the studio microphone that we used to use up above the actual set here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch between these two microphones. So for now, I'm actually going to start recording using my original studio microphone like we've been doing for the past couple of years on the channel. We've been happy with this microphone, but the biggest problem with this mic is if I turn away to do something or show something else, and I'm not looking directly at the microphone, you do get some sound drop off, and it has been really annoying for us, especially with some of the build videos or some of the more random videos we've done on the channel. Now I'm going to switch here to the actual lavalier so you can hear the sound quality of the lavalier. And the best thing about these lavaliers, I can walk out of the studio, I can walk around the desk, I can look away, and the sound quality is consistent. And this has been amazing. So I do have to have the lavalier clipped onto me, but it goes with me wherever I am in the studio. And for us, that has been incredibly useful. Now I did mention earlier that there's a button on the side of the actual lavalier. Now a quick press mutes the microphone, so if you do need to quickly mute it, it's very easy to mute and unmute by one quick press. And if you long press the actual button, it switches on noise cancellation. So I'm going to do a very quick test of with and without noise cancellation. So now we're using it as it is out of the box, and now I'm going to quickly long press the button. So the LED indicator now turns green on the lavalier, so you know this is on, and the noise cancellation is now working. So I'll leave it to you to judge whether the noise cancellation has any effect on the audio quality. And now I'm going to switch it back to the ordinary mode. Now you may have noticed as well that we have the two lavaliers in this actual box. Now basically you can just record in stereo with one lavalier like I've been doing for the past month in our usual studio environment. But having the second one gives you a great deal of flexibility. You can either switch it to mono and have each of these act as their own individual model channel. So you can either have one either side of you to then create a stereo effect, or you could just literally have it in mono in two different areas of the studio. Or maybe you're in an interview scenario, you can leave this in stereo, clip the lavalier on yourself and the other person in the room, and both the lavaliers are mixed into the same stereo track. Isn't that right, Gary?
Yep, that's right, Dave.
Perfect. So, battery life. And that has been another absolute positive of these devices. In fact, it's been so impressive, we were actually worried it wasn't working. Now, we've used this solidly for a month in all of our recordings that we've been doing in the studio. And at some points, it drops down so little over our recording sessions, we actually thought there was a problem with the indicator status. But it is just very good battery life. Now, if you take the actual microphones out, you're going to get probably a couple of hours worth of use on the individual microphones, but you pop them back in the charging case and then quickly restore back to their full power again. Just as I mentioned earlier with, like, say, an Apple AirPods in its charging station. So overall, battery life has been absolutely solid. I don't know if it works out to the absolute claims that it says in the manual, but to be fair, we just cannot run them down. They've been really impressive. And in the month that we've used them, I think we've just put them on charge twice, just because we were worried the battery charge wasn't working. Now I want to quickly talk about the range of these devices. Now using it in this studio, we've had no issues with drops or cutouts on these devices. It's been working absolutely perfect, but our studio is very small. So we did want to take them out and about and test them. And we tested it across my garden, which is about 25 meters. And as long as there's open distance, these things are absolutely rock solid. But the only thing you can't do is I went into the house through a glass door and they did drop off then. So if you're out and about in the field, maybe doing recordings, you have no problems with the range on these devices. They're really incredible. But you cannot use them from one room to another with closed doors. That is going to kill your signal. But that's to be expected with any of these devices. So then on to the conclusion. And obviously this is quite a niche device. But if you're a content creator, audio is an incredibly important aspect of every video you create. And it's an area where we've certainly had our own struggles in the past. Now I think that viewers have a much greater intolerance to audio issues than they do compared to, say, visual issues. So for us, I would say these Comica lavaliers have actually created a great solution to a lot of the issues that we face in the channel. Mostly the fact that we can put these on and walk around the studio. So if we're doing a build video or a comparison video where you're not necessarily fixed in a place looking at a camera. And obviously in a lot of our videos, we are out and about around the studio. So we need the flexibility of these lavaliers, and they have been absolutely invaluable to us. And then add to that the fact that you can use this on a computer or a phone, which makes it very flexible if you're out and about shooting on location or outdoors as well as in a studio, with incredible battery life and an incredibly light receiver and lavalier that's totally wireless. This has been so flexible and an absolute massive improvement to our audio workflow. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these are just being released hopefully today as I'm releasing this video. I'm going to put some links in the description below in case you want to check these out. And as always, I'd love to know what you think of the audio. You've been listening to our videos, hopefully, for the last couple of videos. Do you think they've been a big improvement since we've been using these wireless lavaliers? Pop your feedback in the comments down below and I will get back to you. And as always, thank you for watching.